So you were once a person that wanted to work in RMF. If somebody out there right now want to drop what they doing, they want to stop being a grocery boy, they want to stop doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, and they want to get into RMF, what would you recommend they do?
Yeah, the first thing I would tell people off the break, if you want to get into RMF, first you got to kind of find out what you want to do, which is RMF. Go on Indeed. No, first thing, go on LinkedIn. Follow everybody that's in RMF and just see if you can have a conversation with them. The second thing I would do, go on Indeed, look at RMF, look at what the job requires. Start doing projects and post it on LinkedIn. To get in specifically in RMF, you need a clearance. There's two different ways you can get a clearance. You can go through the federal route or you can go through the contract route. If you want to go the contract route, apply to a lot of these jobs to get a clearance. A lot of these jobs that hire is like background investigators, a security guard. Mainly a lot of people get in through being a security guard. Get your clearance first. Then after you get your clearance, get your security plus, start studying the RMF frameworks, do your projects. Start learning STIGs. Go on, cyber.mil. On cyber.mil, download STIGs, STIG viewer. Start studying the risk management framework. Learn about the framework, learn about what controls are, and just start showing that you can do this during the interview. Because if you do that and don't know how to experience, there's a lot of people that's in the field that don't even do that. There's a lot of people that don't know how to use EMAS, and they've been in the field for like 15 years,
I got a friend, she's all about using EMAS. And what is a STIG?
So a STIG is it's a check. It's basically like a check. So for example, for Windows, to use Windows in the government, it has to follow certain rules or certain things have to be checked off that it follows. Mm-hmm. So it's hardening the system.
Got it.
So it's hardening the system. So like for example, maybe Windows has to have multi-factor authentication on this particular system or something in it, and that's what a STIG is. It's just following like a checklist to make sure it's following everything on there, and the engineer is just going through it to make sure everything complies.
Okay, cool. I have to educate them with some of that verbiage.
Yeah.
And so, do you think DC is probably the best area to do RMF work?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, DC in general for the Govtech space. If you come to Washington DC, they have and it's not even just DC. You can go to Virginia, you can go to Maryland. They have jobs in the area, but that's the best place in Colorado too, because they have a lot of the DOD locations. Because they mainly do RMF in the DOD. Well, they do RMF period, but the DOD is where a lot of the jobs are going to be at. So DC, Maryland, Virginia, and also Colorado.
Okay. Yeah. Now, some fun stuff. Do you always want to do RMF, or are you thinking to come to the black side and get into the private sector? You
know what? I've been thinking about that lately. I know you've been seeing a lot what's going on with the government, right? So I've been thinking about coming. I want to become. I want to do digital forensics. I'm tired of RMF. I've done this for like 5 years. I think it takes 5 years to become a SME. So I'm a kind of a subject matter expert when it comes to RMF, and I'm thinking about getting digital forensics. So I'm thinking, actually, I've been applying. I've been applying to Microsoft, actually, just trying to do some different things. Microsoft, Meta. I'm trying to move on from the private sector eventually.
Yeah, Microsoft hiring process is so slow.
Does it take like 6 months, something like that?
I don't know. It's weird. Like years ago, I interviewed with them. It was quick. Now it's just like, bro, I applied stuff months or 2 months ago. You don't hear nothing. Now, having said all that, what do you feel about this RTO work? Do you think it's any merit to like them just trying to like bag on government workers, or what do you think about all of it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with a lot. What he's doing, I don't agree on how he's doing it. A lot of the government workers are not doing any work, and I'm just saying facts. They mainly manage us, or they get bored. They start getting on contract, and keep in mind to the audience, the federal workers are the people that actually work for the government. The contractors are the people that work for the contractor. They're customers. But so they're not really doing that much work. So I agree.
This video is being sponsored by Textual Consulting. Are you still struggling to get into cybersecurity? Are you not getting interviews? Do you have a bad resume? Or is it all the above? Well, if that's you, then we got you covered at Textual Consulting. My name is Henri Davis. I'm a career coach and a cybersecurity professional, and I've helped hundreds, maybe even thousands of people get into cybersecurity with my coaching and my content that you've seen in various places. Now, I specialize in specifically getting people in the blue team. That would be incident response or SOC analyst. I can cover everything from your entry level to your medium to your advanced skills and really help you outperform your resume. You don't believe me? Check out some of these testimonials that I've had from recent clients. you're interested, click the link in my bio, techtualconsulting.com/offerings to see what offerings that we have available for you. Now, back to the show.
For sure. We all noticed. Them people just up there, like, think about it. I think it was like, well, I don't know if it was Bees or something like this dude never came to work. He never got fired. Like, it was like, it take forever to get fired from the government.
It takes a long, now, wait, if you're in like your probationary stage, they can fire you anytime.
I'm talking about after that.
Yeah, after that, you stuck there. There's some people that been there there's some people that's like 70, 80. Still,
because I always say if I did one of them jobs, it'll be like if I don't have nothing else to do and I'm just trying to retire and get an easy check. And now one of the things I don't agree with, he's like, they're not even working at home. They got 2-3 jobs and they're working this other job and doing this other stuff.
I agree. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing no work. I think a lot of people, it's the economy so bad now. So a lot of people are getting 2-3 jobs, but the contractors are mainly doing the work. The government people are not. They probably sleep. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing. Yeah. I'm just keeping on 100 to you. They ain't doing that.
No, I feel you on that. And that's the thing, too. I was like, okay, well, you mad at these people for getting multiple jobs, but y'all, eggs is $6.
And then, in federal, they not paying that much money. So I agree. I mean, get your money where you can. I'm not one of those people. But in the government, you got to tell them first.
Either you going to pay them more or you do stuff like, hey, if you're a government employee, you get this certain type of home loan to where no money down. So similar to like you being in the military where you get that, what's that specific loan they get in the military?
I forgot. What's it called? Oh, the VA loan.
There you go. But it's going to be called the Fed loan. Yeah. You got to make incentives for people to want to work for you if that's the case.
Yeah, because the private sector, y'all get everything. Y'all can go to work. They give you food. They feed you, pay for everything.
When I was working at Goldman Sachs and they was getting us back in the office like 3 times a week, for the most part, they pay for us to eat Grubhub like 3 days a week. $20. You got $20 in lunch and use the Grubhub.
Oh, that's good.
And then they stopped it. I was like, they got to do different stuff. Like, so at JP Morgan, they have a campus in Plano, big campus. They got a cafeteria and like 2 buildings. So you don't got to leave. Like, also, I forgot what you get. I think you get a month free or 2 weeks free. But if you got kids, they have a daycare. So you can bring your kids to the daycare. They got Starbucks there. So companies are going to have to adapt to their workers. Like, you want them to come into the office, but who going to watch the kid?
I agree. And that's why.
And who gonna help them pay for the daycare? Because what you paying them ain't gonna pay for daycare. So give them a ration on how to pay that. I'm gonna show y'all something in a second. Like, I'm gonna show y'all what like my thing is per month to possibly co-work. And I'm like, that's a lot. That's an easy benefit that people don't count into their compensation.
I agree. You got to make it competitive in the federal or contractor space because a lot of the private sector taking everybody.
But I think they making people come in office, but like that's the thing. People don't mind, but like it gotta be worthwhile. Like out here so big, they'll hit me up about something like, "Hey, I ain't gonna hold you, chief. I don't stay nowhere near the place that y'all want me to come into. If it was closer, like if it was a Addison or Frisco, or maybe hell, if you want me to go downtown 2 times a week, I could